Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a new Ninjago comic that has been making the rounds over the past several days or so. And I've even done a video about the overall topic of this comic, that of course being the idea of Mr. Frohicky training to become a ninja. No, I am not kidding. Now, of course, the comic does come from the ever-so-infamous Ninjago magazines, which I do not get in my country. However, a very awesome viewer sent in their copy of the comic, and we will look at that here momentarily. But first, I would like to take a look at some preview images that we have for another Ninjago book, that of course being this one, a Ninjago Legends book scheduled to be released rather soon. And the preview images are nothing too spectacular, they don't reveal anything too interesting, just the idea that, again, this book will be taking place in the land of monsters, documenting the adventures of Kai and Daiden, very much capturing the same spirit as Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, and also Kai's monstrous journey. More so Legends Monstrosity, though. The art style seems more in line with that series, and also how Kai looks is very much in line with his design from that series of shorts, which I personally prefer over Kai's monstrous journey, so it's nice to see that this book will be taking cues from Legends Monstrosity. And it does kind of look like, especially on this page, we will see some awesome new monsters that we did not see in that series of shorts. So I, for one, am very much looking forward to all of that. And without further ado, let's move on to talking about the Mr. Frohicky Trains as a Ninja comic. Let's check it out. So here is the comic in question. Again, this was sent to us by a very awesome viewer out there. Not sure if they want me to say their name or not, so I will keep them anonymous just for the sake of this video. But I would like to go through this comic super quick, just because it is interesting, because again, it does kind of vaguely tease that Mr. Frohicky could possibly become a ninja. Once again, these Ninjago magazine comics are definitely questionable in terms of whether or not they are canon. So this comic could just as easily turn out to be non-canon as much as it could turn out to be canon. If it is canon, though, I feel like it takes place at some point within or maybe even before Season 3 Part 2. But anyway, let's start at the beginning here. This has also been roughly translated for English from Google Translate, so some stuff might not make sense. Wildfire is very much questioning Mr. Frohicky's cleaning skills. She mentions how he should be using it more so as maybe a staff, like a ninja, using an example there. And Mr. Frohicky does a little bit of an awesome maneuver here. I don't think it matters whether you're a ninja or a janitor. The most important thing is you become one with your equipment, and he most definitely is. Wildfire says very impressive, and they kind of just train a little bit here, very briefly. Wildfire then breaks out her elemental power of heat as Kai walks in to see whatever is going on here. Kai's like, what's going on here? Just giving Mr. Frohicky some ninja training. He's really talented. And then Kai says, you don't have to prove ninja talent by letting an elemental master beat you. Rather, you have to prove yourself on the training course. And they go to the training course. This image here is just chaotic. If you showed this to a Ninjago fan from 2011, I'm not sure what would happen, but there would definitely be some questions asked. Then we have here Mr. Frohicky training on the ninja course. He actually does prove to have some type of skill, to which Kai says that's rather impressive. Again, he does have the possibility to become a ninja. Wildfire's trying to teach Mr. Frohicky how to use shurikens. Cole comes in. What are you doing? Just giving Mr. Frohicky some training. He's doing amazingly well as a ninja. Mr. Frohicky as a ninja, never. That pretty much represents 90% of Ninjago fans there. Kai says, I'm telling you, he's got what it takes. And obviously we continue the training here. Then Lloyd comes in. Kai mentions how Mr. Frohicky is a gifted ninja, but Cole thinks it's all nonsense. Seems like Lloyd also thinks it could be nonsense, but he says that's certainly no reason to argue. There are enough conflicts already. For real, you guys, you have no idea what's going on outside of these dojo walls there. Like the village of the Mud Tides, they apparently brought up riots there. We should go there and check out what's right, Kai says, and Mr. Frohicky could test his ninja moves there. And obviously they are talking about bringing him on a mission. Cole and Kai have a little bit of a bet going on here as to how well Mr. Frohicky can handle this challenge, and they proceed to fly on Jiro and Heatwave to the kingdom or the land of the Mud Tides, which again are another type of tide folk to add to the ever-growing list of tide folk. Apparently one of them wants to overthrow the chief and take his place, so that is definitely a conflict here that the ninja totally need to solve, right? Yeah, so they eventually get to the village of the Mud Tides here. Doesn't look like a riot to me, just see chatting mud balls, and then the mud balls are indeed arguing here and bickering. Lloyd says, Mr. Frohicky, could you aid the ladies and gentlemen of the Mud Tides here with some ninja diplomacy? And then Kai and Cole are all hyped up because here we go. Mr. Frohicky tries his best to calm the Mud Tides. Doesn't really work all that well as they start freaking out. That face is definitely accurate given the situation here. He must face the test. Prove your honor in a duel against our mighty mud Colossus. And here comes the Colossus. All the little Mud Tides are screaming test, so sounds like Mr. Frohicky definitely got into it now. If you manage to defeat our Colossus, you'll be forgiven in disrupting the ritual. You can do it, Mr. Frohicky, and he tries to pull off some ninja moves against it. It ultimately doesn't work too much for Mr. Frohicky. Moving on to the next page here, Kai is encouraging him, don't get distracted. Then we have a little bit of what appears to be not Spinjitzu, I'm gonna call it. Cole says, what did I say? This never works. Too bad he doesn't have his bow staff, as the Colossus basically just punts him away. Wildfire says he seems totally lost without his janitor gear. Fortunately, Mr. Frohicky does find a little bit of a stick or a tree or something, ultimately using it to, again, attack the big Colossus here, and he actually does appear to be rather effective at this. And funny enough, all of the mud gets washed away from the colossal mud tide, and he's just a little guy. He's just a normal mud tide. Mr. Frohicky basically talks about how big problems can be whittled down into small problems, and Mr. Frohicky is praised for solving the problem like a real ninja, or as he says, solving it like a real janitor. Then they fly back to the monastery and talk about the bet. Mr. Frohicky sure has a lot of cleaning to do at home, which Cole ends up doing anyway because, again, he lost the bet because Mr. Frohicky solved the problem like a real ninja, and Mr. Frohicky ends up training Cole in the ways of the janitor, much like how he was trained in the way of the ninja. And yeah, that's going to pretty much do it for this comic here. Again, I think this comic is rather cool. It's very cute. It's very wholesome. There's not much else going on here in the way of like awesome lore-breaking things though. So I imagine a lot of Ninjago fans might, you know, see this comic as being possibly a little boring, but I thought it was kind of fun. Obviously, in terms of its canon status, that remains to be seen. Definitely not sure if it is canon, but I do think, again, Mr. Frohicky, if he really wanted to, he could step up and become a real ninja. It does kind of seem like, though, his way is the way of the janitor. So with that being said, everyone, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you think about this new comic? And also, what did you think about the preview for the upcoming Ninjago Legends book? Leave all of your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you guys again next time. Peace.